Y'all send me videos all the time, and I try to mine through the ones that's worthy of having a conversation about. And y'all send me this video, and it's a woman, and I think it's a little bit more positive. I didn't get a chance to look at all of it, but I looked at the first 2 minutes, and I said, this is something that we can talk about. And so I want to make sure that I acknowledge content creators, and I also, whether I agree with them or disagree with them, give them their credit. So this woman's name is Nicole Ki. Nicole Koke, Koke, Nicole Koke. As of the recording of this video or the live stream of this video, it is 17,000 subscribers on her platform. If you like what she's doing, or if you're familiar with what she's doing, and if you like what it is that she's putting out, go over to the platform, subscribe to her channel, tell her Anton is bigging her up as a content creator. But she's giving her perspective on quitting her job, what her experience was, and then why she wound up going back to working a 9 to 5 and how her perspective changed when she started working for herself. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get it popping.
The grass always looks greener on the other side. And when you're working your 9 to 5 job, having a business looks so much sexier, doesn't it? But you don't have to quit your job to be happy. Back in 2021, I quit my full-time job to pursue online content creation and coaching, just like how so many people were doing it. But a few months into it, I realized just how powerful a 9 to 5 job can be, how we can.
Let me translate that for y'all. I learned to appreciate what I had. I thought that the grass was greener on the other side. I thought that I wanted to work for myself. In reality, it was hard as hell. It gave me a reset. I'm giving you what my assumption is of the conclusion of the video. It gave me a reset. It helped me to realize how blessed I am. And I went back to what it is that I needed to do so that, I could truly get what I need to get out of this thing. And maybe I'll still pursue content creation on the side, but let's be clear, it's much more difficult than I thought that it was. That's what the translation is. It's just like a lot of these women that lead their baby daddies. I could get another you. She be out there, go out there in the dating scene. The dudes be like, "It's some holes in this house. It's some holes in this house. It's some holes in this house." Ain't nobody gonna love you like your baby daddy. Ain't nobody gonna love you like the man that you got kids with. Trust me. He loved you the most that you gonna get love. If it ain't you thinking there's more love out there than that, you ain't Shawnee O'Neal. You are not Shawnee. Stop trying to use Shawnee's blueprint as a way to come up off of these chicks. But anyways, let me go ahead and look at her video. We're going to take a look and see what's happening. Might have to speed this up. I don't know how long this video is. Let's go to 1.25.
Can be an asset. So 6 months after quitting my job, I actually went back to working for another year. But this time around, it was really different because I was bringing in a different intentionality, a different mindset, way of thinking, and that allowed me to feel so much more happy and just at peace while I was working my 9 to 5 job. And I want you to also feel happy working your job, living your life. So I'm going to be sharing some valuable lessons in today's video. Shall we begin? First things first, what are you looking for in a job? What does success look like to you? Are you looking for a job that just pays the bills, or a place for you to really enjoy socializing? Or do you want a title that's very sexy and prestigious, like the director title, the finance manager, or the doctor title? It's kind of like dating. What are you looking for in a partner? I used to be really, really picky. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted my partner to be of a certain height. I wanted them to look good, to have a certain level of education, have an ambitious career, to be growth-minded, all of that. And no wonder it was so hard for me today. I finally realized, though, at the core, what was most important to me was their character, their kindness, trustworthiness, loyalty, their strong work ethics, and being a hardworking person. And that's my boyfriend now. Once I let go of the need for him to be all of these, very external driven things, I realized that I was really happy with how.
I don't know if that's a shot at her boyfriend unintentionally or what. But if your girl get on the internet and she said, "Man, I wanted all of these great things that," and I actually feel her. Like, I understand her sentiment. I understand what she's saying. But if you get on camera and you say, "Man, what I wanted in a man, I think that I was too picky," similar to my job. But the boyfriend that I got now, he has good character. He's kind. He's trustworthy. And once I started letting go all of these things that I thought that I wanted, educated, all of this stuff, that I was finally going to be happy with these things, I don't know if I will be looking at that and saying, I'll be like, is that how you really feel about me? We might need to cut that part out of the camera work. I think you need to cut that out. And we're gonna skip that part. You still got a sufficient video. I don't know if you take that as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? You might not y'all gotta be careful with sharing everything or every thought. I know y'all be trying to relate to the people and stuff, but you kind of throwing him under the bus in a slight way. But let's get to it.
How he showed up in our relationship. And that is the same with your job. Your job doesn't have to self-actualize you or be perfect, just like how your partner doesn't have to be your soulmate, your therapist, your emotional support system, your whole community, and your whole life. My first job was a relentless climb up the corporate ladder, and it got really exhausting dealing with office politics, with ambitious people who became passive-aggressive because of the competition. There was a lot of drama, and I was just not at peace. On the other hand, my second job, despite the pay cut, brought me so much more fulfillment and security. I really enjoyed working with my team. I really liked the company and my boss. I felt very safe and happy and just so much at peace. And because of this, I was able to build my...
Y'all want me to slow the video down? All right, I'll slow it down. If y'all think she's talking too fast, I got y'all.
Side hustle my business from a more expansive place, and I had the energy to show up for it. I see so many people working a job they feel so miserable in just for the money, just for the company name.
Hey, shout out to everybody that go into the library and set up a camera from that side angle. That's a lot of work. I actually give you a lot of credit for that. Them B-rolls, the B-rolls is where all of the work is, and then you got to cut and edit that into the video. Shout out to everybody that set that up to get the perfect angle, to make sure it's blurred out. Setting it up in a perfect book aisle, going to Barnes and Nobles or whatever it is that y'all doing, setting it up in order to get that B-roll. That's dope.
People working a job they feel so miserable in just for the money, just for the company name on their resume, or just for the title. And they could be so much happier if they just took a pay cut for a better culture or better working hours. Because what's the point of more money when they just spend that money on things like excess shopping or drinking? Now, if you're on the other end of the spectrum, you're not feeling challenged at work, or your pay isn't very high, then you've got to ask yourself, how can I upgrade my skills so that they are worthy to my employer? Or maybe you want to build a part-time business or a side hustle to supplement the income. Your job can be one of your sources of income, one of the ways you serve.
All right, I want to hear what her journey was once she quit her job. Forget all of this.
Jeopardize your safety. When you're building a business from scratch in the early stages, you should expect inconsistent income, if you even expect income at all. According to studies, most businesses take time to build before they start earning money. In fact, they say businesses on average take about 2 to 3 years to start making a profit. It will also take you time to build skills like resilience, entrepreneurial skills, the ability to learn and fail fast. And it also takes you time to build trust in relationships, which is a key component in businesses. You need to feel safe instead of being in this constant survival mode where you're in fight or flight mode and you're worried about what's gonna come next or what's happening tomorrow. And
that's the thing that I tell business owners on a regular basis, or people that say that, yo, I'm about to go and become a content creator, or I'm about to quit my job and do this, I'm gonna do that. And I said, listen, I think that's good and I'm with you, but my advice to people most times is do not quit your day job. Don't quit your day job. Even if you have 1 viral video or 2 viral videos, don't quit your day job. Do both. Get that bag. If you're not built to do both, then do it to the point to where you feel comfortable and not feeling overwhelmed, but then you are consistent enough to be able to scale up over a period of time. But do not quit your day job to be a content creator or just to start your own business. Do both until one of them can replace the other. And then you also get a healthy understanding of what the expectations could be when it comes to a job. A lot of y'all just jump out the window and you think that it's going to be easy. And so y'all out here and y'all creating your own businesses, or y'all decide that y'all want to, basically create another job for yourself. And you're going to realize that you're going to make way less money. You're going to have higher expenses. You don't get the healthcare coverage. Don't get the business. Don't get the 401ks. But if you're just doing it for the title to say, well, I got my own business and I work for myself, you're going to fail miserably. Miserably. And that's basically what she's telling you. She's telling you without telling you. She went into it and she said that I'm going to do this, but in reality, it wasn't what she thought it was, and she couldn't sustain it, and the people may not have resonated with her, or she wasn't able to consistently be able to create this income, and then it created a fight or flight mode. Fight or flight mode. And so now you still got to eat. You still got to grind. You still got to push. And it's hard. And if you don't feel like going to work that day, you can't just call off. You got to show up every single day because the people are dependent on you and they're waiting for you.
That's why having a 9-to-5 job can provide that financial and emotional safety net security for you so that you can feel safe, pay off your bills, and meet your survival needs. And at the same time, for your part-time business, you can then innovate and, take risks that you need to take. A 9-to-5 job can provide a foundation of safety for you. Having an emergency fund can also do that. Living at home rent-free while I was working a job was also extremely helpful for me. I also had a pretty substantial stock market portfolio, which provided another source of safety for me. Work also kept me distracted from my business. When you start a business, your mind, everything is gonna be on your business. The beginning phase is notoriously known for being the hardest stage. You're making mistakes, you're taking risks, you're testing things out. There's a lot of things going on, and it's just so hard to not think about your business and not.
That's absolutely true, Tech Coach Ralph. That's one of the things that I do have conversations with people about all the time. But most of the time they come to me after it's too late. And I can already tell when they didn't mess up and they didn't say something that they wasn't supposed to say online, or they shared too much and they say stuff like, well, Anton, how would you handle my coworkers being jealous of me because I got a YouTube channel? And I'll be thinking to myself, you messed up. Oversharing, talking too much, telling people that you went viral or you got a YouTube channel or you over there doing it. Now they're going to be looking for it. And so they can leverage that against you in order to continue to get you fired or hold it against you and say, well, what are you doing during company time? Or did you record anything during this time? And all of that stuff, man, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. As many subscribers as I have on this channel or that I got on the other channels or whatever, nobody at my job, and I mean nobody, outside of the dude that recruited me to be there that's no longer there, is familiar with what I got going on from a content creation perspective. They may look and they may say, oh man, you're always traveling and this and that, but I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed. I don't even talk about my businesses outside of work. I don't talk about real estate. I don't get into that. I don't get into content creation. I don't get into web development companies. I don't go into investments. I don't talk about none of that. I'm here to do this, and this is what we're going to take care of, and I keep it G. I'm not doing none of that. Most of the people that I work with, they ain't even of this culture. Half of the team that I oversee is overseas. I ain't got to do that. For what? Who you trying to prove it to? Who you trying to convince? They don't need to know where I'm at. They don't need to know what cars I'm driving. When I go into corporate, I don't even drive any of my expensive cars. You know what I drive in a corporate? If I have to go into the office, Hyundai. I got a solid, when I need to get on a Zoom call, or we don't use Zoom, we use Teams. So when I need to get on a Microsoft Teams call or something like that, I got a solid white wall over there. I'm not showing none of this. Ain't no don't do coke in the bathroom. Ain't no posters. I don't even show the apartment. Like, you know how you can see the water and you can see the city when I'm over in my downtown apartment? I don't show none of that. I get on that solid white wall and I have my conversation. When I go into the office, I'm driving my Hyundai Tucson. I got a Hyundai Tucson that I drive. I keep it clean though. It got less than 5,000 miles on that joint. And I go into the office and I'm a regular dude. My shirt tucked in, belt shaved. I don't wear no Rolexes. I don't do none of that. No Rolexes. I'll wear the Omega. That's about it. But the Omega is very discreet to where it's a nice watch and we can talk to clients and stuff, but it's not this. I'm not wearing no rose gold Rolex. into the corporate office for what? Because all you're doing is drawing attention to yourself. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. And so you're going to draw unnecessary visibility to yourself. I was coaching a police officer yesterday, and he was telling me how inside of whatever, when certain people pop up and they can't justify where they got their means from, and they pop up with all of these big cars and stuff like that, it automatically triggers suspicion and investigation because they want to make sure that you're not crooked. When you bring unnecessary attention to yourself, nothing good can come of it. Nothing good can come of it. When I get home, when I get on the live stream, when I go out at night, when I'm doing whatever it is, okay, so we going to go and we going to throw on the rose gold Rolex and we going to drive the big cars, and on the weekends, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But when it comes to making sure that I'm securing my position, getting my bag, and taking care of business, I don't want no visibility that comes along with that. I'm staying out the way. My goal here is to collect up. I had my direct deposit yesterday. It was beautiful. Every time I get a direct deposit from corporate, or anytime I get a bonus, or anytime I get a piece of equity pay, or I get, company stock vests, that's what I'm there for. All that other stuff, you can keep it. Let me see if she got anything else to say.
Get anxious and worried about it. When I was doing it full time, my mind was constantly on my business, and it just got too overwhelming, really unhealthy. But when I started working corporate again, my stress levels and overwhelm went down.
Somebody said my coworkers know who I am. Maybe. They don't know nothing about me. Let me tell you something, bro. Most of my coworkers are Indians, Asians, and white people. Most of my coworkers are Indians, Asians, and white people, and they have a completely different demographic. Older white men, older Indian women, Asian men, Asian women. They don't look at the same stuff. And if they do, they may catch a Millionaire Morning Show or something like that. But other than that, I don't be talking about none of that, whatever. They algorithm not even in English. Their algorithm is not even in English. The videos that they watch, that's all I be hearing in their music. You know, that little Indian music. They ain't think about me, and I ain't think about them. They not think about me, I'm not thinking about them. We keep it G.
So much more, because I was able to then focus on my 9-to-5 corporate work. From 9 to 5, I was focused on work and I was not thinking about my business. And that helped me big time with disconnecting, just having some space from my business. And then when I came back to working my business, I'd feel less stressed out and I would have more creative ideas come through. Having a job also gave me a lot of structure and discipline. There is a saying that goes, when you are given a month to do a task, you will take a month to do that task. And when you are given 3 days to do that task, you will take 3 days to get it done. And that just speaks a lot to our ability to just focus, to prioritize, and just get things done. After I quit my job, I had so much time in my schedule, I didn't know how to use my time. I would literally wake up so late into the afternoon and I was just lazing around.
Listen, if y'all like her content, her name is Nicole Ki. Go and check her out. You know what I'm saying? She seems like a pretty cool girl and a great content creator. Seems like a nice person. Threw a little bit of a shot at her boyfriend without knowing that she threw that shot. I'm sure he was feeling some type of way when he watched this video. But basically what she's saying is that she tried to do it on her own. It was a little bit, how the music sound? You want me to show you how the music sound? She said it was a little bit tough, but she you know what I'm saying? She wound up getting to it. And she wound up going back to corporate, took a pay cut. She wound up finding out that she was happier on that flip side. And it wasn't what she thought it was. That junk be sounding like chaos. I'd be like, what is they talking about? I'm like, I just go ahead and just, okay. You know, when I first started working with a lot of Indians, It was so hard to hear what they say. And sometimes, like, even Rita, she'll be sitting in the background and I'll be on a meeting and she'll be like, how do you understand what they're saying? If you're around something long enough, if you're around something long enough, it'll just start to sound normal. And so their accents, like it still sound like an accent, but it doesn't sound like something that I can't like I could hear them clearly and I could tell what they're saying. Before I used to be like, what the fuck is he saying? You'd be hearing real. Now I can hear him in the background and just hear him talking. And all, we had to make sure that we put the changes to. Does anybody have anything else they want to add into the stand up? Like, no, and then here I come. No, one thing that we want to make sure that we do is we definitely want to make sure that we stay in contact with the shareholders because we don't want them to get out of the loop. It's important for us to maintain good business relationships with every segment of the bank so that we don't have any disagreements, and then we have clients on the other side, and so we know we have to institute them into this new thing that we got going. I just be talking myself. You just stay professional. It's not even code switching. I just stay professional. That's why it's important for y'all to learn how to communicate effectively with all people. Did you guys get in touch with? Oh no, we definitely got to take care of some business. You know what? Set an emergency meeting with them. See what time that their calendar, if they have any gaps in their calendar, let them know. If not, just tell them that we'll go ahead and institute the changes and we'll push those through and we'll monitor it overnight. And then, we don't want to interrupt them. Listen, they're on vacation. We only going to contact them in emergencies. We're more than capable of handling it. I believe in you. So, show me what you got, and then we'll go from there. Check in with me before the end of the day, before 5 o'clock. Check in with me before the end of the day, and then we'll reset, and then we'll reconvene at stand-up tomorrow.